Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Media Awareness and another topical video. Before I continue, however, a quick reminder the fundraiser is still continuing. For those of you unaware, I am a disabled individual and I use a motorized wheelchair slash scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I need your help. My insurance will not cover anything with regard to my wheelchair scooter as it's seen as a quote luxury item end quote, despite the fact that it's the only thing I can use due to my manual dexterity issues being quite impaired. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Uh, I am unable to use a standard wheelchair or any type of scooter. I have tried and failed miserably, so I'm stuck with what I have, and I have to keep it functional. And there are many parts that need replacing in order for me to maintain my current level of independence. So, with that being stated, your help is definitely appreciated. And below this video, you will find a spot on the account where you can contribute there to help out. Any and all contributions are welcome. Uh, I'm asking for a $10 minimum, but if you could do more, that's great, and it is most definitely appreciated. I do want to extend a gracious thank you to those who have contributed, as your contributions have made a world of difference in my life and really helped out with certain parts that needed to be replaced on my scooter. There are still more that are in dire need of being of replacing, and uh, I can't stress enough how much your help is appreciated. So, thank you in advance to those who plan on contributing, and to those who already have. Thank you so much again. I really love you all. You're all wonderful people. So, a topical video. You might be asking yourself, what is this all about? Well, you've read the title, so I'm sure that you can probably gather as much what I'm going to be talking about. Typically, on my channel, I do not get political. However, with the current political climate in the United States, it's kind of hard to avoid political issues, especially when it comes to everyday life and being a middle income or low income individual. These are the individuals, myself included, who are suffering from the lack of a speaker in the House of Representatives, because without that in place, legislation is at a halt, and we, the people, are the ones suffering. Current individuals in the House of Representatives are getting paid on a daily basis for work that isn't getting done for us, the people. They're getting paid to argue amongst each other and try and decide who's going to be the next Speaker of the House. While their people, those who they represent, are suffering, and in some cases worse than others. In some cases, people really need these these systems, these help organizations, and these programs that are being held up because a budget can't be agreed on. A House Speaker can't be agreed on. Therefore, everything else is in limbo. And with that being said, something has got to give. Someone's got to give, and this has got to be solved sooner than later. I don't know about you watching this, but it's causing me a great deal of anxiety, and it's not good for the overall people of the United States for their peace of mind, for their psychological well-being, for their, you know, overall comfort as a whole, to have to go through this, have to suffer or wonder what's going to happen from day to day, well, while these people just argue and bicker and get paid for it. I mean, I would love to get paid to argue with people. Um, and I feel I'd probably do a pretty damn good job of it, but that's not who I am. I used to do that. I used to get paid to argue in court. And I did a damn good job of that, so I'm told. But at this point in time, you know, people of lower income or middle income need programs that are being held up because there is no Speaker of the House, therefore, the legislation is halted until that is taken care of. And I don't even want to touch on the fact that the clock is ticking to another potential government shutdown. You know, that's looming over the country as well. And it's not a good time to be an American. I'm saying that perfectly honestly how I feel. I feel that it's really a scary time right now. And with everything that's going on overseas, I'm not going to get into that. I will not touch on any of that here. That's not my place. But I feel it is my place to speak out on behalf of myself and others like myself who are reliant on government programs to help us out with daily life. And those government programs being in this state of perpetual limbo because people that are getting paid to argue don't seem to really care that there are actual individuals like myself who wonder and ponder and really fixate a lot of the times on these issues day in and day out, wondering what's going to happen from day to day. And we shouldn't have to live like that. We shouldn't have to wonder what's going to happen from day to day. And it never really used to be quite this uh, dramatic. You know, things seem to flow for quite some time in a very natural state of progression within our country. And over the past 10 years, maybe? Almost 10 years. Over the past 7 to 10 years, it just seems like the infighting in government has reached an all-time high. The political parties have become so divided, even within themselves, that there is no defined left or right anymore. And you have extremists in both camps. And it never used to be this way. And it's frustrating. And I feel that a lot of this frustration comes from people in these places of power, in these positions of power, who are taking advantage of their positions to push their own agendas and to try and get what they want at the cost of us, the people. And it's getting old. And I'm getting frustrated, hence this video. Otherwise, I would not be doing this at all. I would not be doing videos such as this. I want to be covering music and film and literature and all things of artistic value. And I feel that politics is as far away from art as you could possibly get. Unless it's a very, very well written document. Then it can be considered a potential work of art. Um, but I would say that that's only applicable to maybe the Declaration of Independence, potentially the Constitution as well, because they are very well written documents. Aside from that, no. Can we just agree and get things done? Can we get people what they need and have this looming threat of a government shutdown be at an end? Can we have programs that lower income and middle income people need come through and be passed and not be in flux or in limbo as they currently are? Can we have that happen? That's all I'm asking. I'm hoping that someone or several someones see this video because it's scary right now. And, you know, it's scary enough being an individual with a disability relying on these programs that the government offers and not knowing from day to day what's going to happen next. But to be someone who's not disabled, I can only imagine what that's like. You know, um, I have friends obviously that are not disabled. I see what they go through and what they suffer, and it breaks my heart because I want to help, but I can't do anything because I am in the same boat in some cases, depending on the issue. I feel that people in the House need to get it together. House of Representatives needs to really get things together. They need to stop infighting. They need to really focus on why they're there. They're not there to get paid to argue. They're there to help us, the people. People that they supposedly represent. Yet I don't see that happening currently. And it's beyond frustrating at this point. There's not much more I can say. I've said what I need to say. I've said what I feel I had to say. I've been holding back. I've been optimistic. I've been trying to hold out hope that these people would see in their infinite wisdom a solution. But it seems like that's too much to ask for. And it's just easier to report for work only to argue with people across the room or next to you or wherever. It's so much easier just to do that and not have to worry about the people that are the ones suffering, the ones who you represent, the ones who put you there. Remember that. We, the people, put you there. And how are we getting repaid for this? By having you argue amongst yourselves and get paid for it? How does that even make sense? I do want to thank anyone who has watched this video. I usually am not covering this sort of topic as I stated. I did feel though that I needed to, and I do hope it does some good on some level. I hope that someone in a position of power sees this and perhaps can knock some sense into your coworkers in the house. Just stand up and say, listen, enough arguing. We're not here to argue. We're not here to get paid to argue. We're here to work for the people of the United States to get them what they need, to make sure that there is not an impending government shutdown. Again. I mean, this is ridiculous, but again, an impending shutdown. I mean, this is really ridiculous, and I never thought I'd be doing a video like this. I never thought I'd be living in an era such as this, but here I am. At 52 years old, living in the here and now in the United States, in Pennsylvania. Now, there's a lot going on. I do recognize that with everything that's going on around the world as a whole. And those are topics that I will not address here. I feel it's not my place. It's a very divisive topic in terms of different issues worldwide, and it is not my place to impose my opinions on anyone. When it comes to the rights of United States citizens, though, as a whole, I feel I needed to say something. Because it really irritates me that individuals in the House of Representatives cannot come to a resolution in terms of the Speaker of the House, and they cannot come to a resolution with regard to a long-term plan for the funding of the government instead of this band-aid that they keep slapping on there. And the lack of a speaker is holding up the necessary legislation that is the funding for programs as stated, like myself and many others rely on in our daily lives. And with those programs in limbo, we are the ones suffering, not the ones arguing amongst themselves in the House and trying to come up with a solution. Stop the arguing and start working. This is Rob with Media Awareness. I hope this video has done some good. Once again, a reminder, the fundraiser continues. More so than ever, your assistance is definitely appreciated, and if you could contribute to the spot fund account linked below, that would be greatly appreciated. Any and all contributions are welcome. I'm only asking for a $10 minimum, but if you could do more, that's great, and it is definitely appreciated. I will see you all again soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.